people, but even here in the United States, where the multicultural, because the U.S. ain't got no culture. They shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S. whatever you want to call it. We still don't know what that culture is for the U.S., but it's a mix-up of all of our cultures in the urban community.
Enjoy traditional Caribbean food and drinks today and shop all sorts of products created by Caribbean American vendors. Our cruise caught up with the organizer of today's celebration to chat all things the intersection between Caribbean heritage and this Juneteenth holiday.
But it's really about creating that space where we can bring our piece of Blackness, of being Caribbean, while sort of overlaying that on Juneteenth. So it's really about creating that space where we can bring our piece of Blackness, of being Caribbean, while sort of overlaying that on Juneteenth. So, and that's
and you have a special Juneteenth event going on this evening.
Hey everyone. My name is Robinson. So I teach Kabbalah Fit at Kumbe. So Friday at 6:45, and then I teach Compa on Saturday. So, we as Black people, first Asian, first we really Black, like we Asian. So I'm going to use dance as a form of freedom, of liberation of your body. But
yo, Grassroots fam, we got a crisis on our hands. Juneteenth, our holiday, Black Americans Independence Day, is getting hijacked out here, y'all. Not just by the usual suspects in corporate America trying to sell us Juneteenth ice cream, but by Caribbeans and African tethers turning our sacred day into a Pan-African block party. They're swapping our colors for their flags, playing reggae over our spirituals, and acting like this is their emancipation story. Meanwhile, the dominant society is slapping trademarks on our freedom and turning it into a marketing gimmick. This isn't unity, in my opinion. It's a cultural heist. And it's hurting Black Americans and the soul of Juneteenth itself. Let's break it down. Juneteenth is June 19th, 1865, when the last enslaved Black Americans in Galveston, Texas learned they were free. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. This is a foundational Black American story. It's our history. For the descendants of those who survived American slavery and built this country's wealth with their blood, sweat, and tears. It's not a global Black freedom festival. Let me repeat that. This is not a global Black freedom festival. It's our story, the story of our resilience, our victory. But now, tethers and corporations are out here remixing it like it's a TikTok trend or something. I mean, check this mess out. I mean, a Juneteenth Caribbean Heritage Festival. Let me repeat that. A Juneteenth Caribbean Heritage Festival. Like, bro, what is that? Like, what is that? You got folks waving Jamaican flags, blasting dance halls, selling jerk plates, and calling it Juneteenth. In Atlanta, you got dashikis everywhere, reggae on repeat, and no mention of Galveston or our ancestors' fight. Then you got Walmart out here with a Juneteenth ice cream, red velvet and cheesecake wrapped in a Pan-African colorway, trying to trademark our freedom. I mean, they're selling our emancipation like it's a limited edition sneaker drop or something. This is not a carnival at all. And it ain't a corporation cash grab. It's Juneteenth, for God's sakes. The social media streets are on fire, of course, with foundational Black American content creators, sounding the alarm. They're calling out the tethers, the Caribbean and African immigrants for the appropriating of Juneteenth, turning it into something that it is simply not. And don't get me started on the dominant society. Scholars like Sybil R. Williams at American University are warning that corporations are commodifying our holiday, stripping it of its meaning just for profit. It's a double assault, fam, from both sides. Tethers on one side and corporations on the other. But let's keep it real. Juneteenth is about Black Americans, specifically honoring our ancestors who survived the hell of American slavery, not Caribbean plantations, not African colonization. It's about American slavery, specifically. But tethers are out here changing the colors to their flags, like it's a West Indian Day parade or something. I saw a flyer for a Juneteenth Pan-African Fest with Ghanaian kente cloth all over it. I mean, Ghana wasn't even a country in 1865, for God's sake. I mean, y'all got 54 countries and your own emancipation days. There's no need to hijack ours. And don't think I'm hating on jerk chicken or jollof rice or anything like that. I love the food, but when you're selling it at a Juneteenth event while sidelining our history, you're not celebrating with us. You're erasing us. You're replacing us. Then you got the dominant society putting their usual tricks. Walmart tried to sell Juneteenth ice cream with the Pan-African colorways, acting like it's a cute DEI moment. They even tried to trademark Juneteenth. I mean, just think about that, y'all. Trademarking our freedom. You can't be serious. And it's not just Walmart's. Brands are lining up, pushing Juneteenth napkins and freedom-themed party supplies with slogans on them that say things like, "It's the freedom for me." This is cultural appropriation on steroids, taking our history, slapping logos on it, and selling it back to us while ignoring the reparations that we are still owed. Let's not forget about those reparations, y'all. When you replicate Juneteenth without its historical context, like selling corporate merch, you dilute its significance. It's not just a party, it's a Black American story. This is why FBA folks are fed up. Social media posts are full of Black Americans feeling pushed out of our own holiday. Even where our music, our spirituals and gospel, even trap music is replaced with soca and Afro beats. Our red, white, and blue swapped for Caribbean or African flag colors. Our history ignored while tethers profit off of our pain. Like I said, in the ATL, you saw jerk plates and dashikis at a Juneteenth event. No mention of our ancestors. In my opinion, that is not unity. That's exploitation. And the corporate takeover is even worse. Since Juneteenth became a federal holiday in 2021, brands have been jumping on it like it's a Black Friday sale or something. Companies like Amazon have been called out for serving chicken and waffles at Juneteenth events. I mean, just putting the stereotypes on a plate, for God's sake, man. They're turning our emancipation into a marketing stunt. And when tethers join in by making it a Pan-African party, it helps the dominant society dilute our specific fight for justice. Sybil Williams said it best: this kind of appropriation is about power, folding our culture into theirs for control. Where the brisket at? Where's the red velvet cake? Why am I hearing Bob Marley and seeing Walmart logos at a Galveston celebration? This ain't Juneteenth. This is a corporate takeover. The damage is real, grassroots. I'm telling you, it's real. First, First and foremost, this hurts Black Americans. Juneteenth is our time to celebrate our ancestors. It's our time to barbecue, line dance, and tell our stories, and just do what we do to celebrate us and our freedom. When tethers turn it into a Caribbean or an African fest, or corporations slap a logo on it, we're marginalized in our own space. Foundational Black Americans are feeling alienated at events where our culture, our spirituals, our soul food, our history is sidelined. It's like showing up to your own family reunion and finding strangers ruining the show. Secondly, it's killing the holiday's meaning. Juneteenth is about Black American liberation, not a generic Black culture day. Okay? Scholars at the National Museum of African American History and Culture warn that without context, Juneteenth becomes just another diversity day. That's dangerous. Our history gets erased and our reparations fight gets watered down. Third, it's driving division. Once again, social media is buzzing with FBA folk calling out the tethers for tethering onto our holiday and even our reparations movement. Some accuse Caribbean and African folks of using Juneteenth for clout or profit, like selling dashikis or hosting Pan-African events to cash in. Meanwhile, corporations exploit this chaos using the all Black people are the same narrative to avoid any accountability for our specific grievances. This ain't unity. It's a setup to keep us fighting each other instead of fighting the system. And let's not sleep on this. The dominant society loves this. They profit when we're divided. When our holiday is turned into a vague freedom fest they can sell. Tethers playing along, whether they mean to or not, helps erase our specific claim for justice. And corporations, they're laughing all the way to the bank, man. Laughing all the way to the bank. You know? I ain't saying Caribbeans or African folk can't vibe with us on our day, but come to the cookout. Bring your spices, but just don't change the recipe. Respect our red, white, and blue. Play our music. Honor our ancestors. And to the corporations, y'all can just keep y'all greedy ass hands off our holiday altogether. No more Juneteenth napkins or trademark freedom. This ain't your brand. You know? To my foundational Black American family, we gotta protect Juneteenth and call out these events. Demand that they center our history. If they're waving the wrong flags, playing the wrong music, or selling our pain, don't just tweet about it. Organize, educate, and take it back. Our ancestors didn't survive slavery for us to just let the tethers and the corporations steal our shine. All right? So Grassroots fam, Juneteenth is ours. It is ours. Not a Caribbean remix, not an African reboot, and not a corporate cash grab. It's Black American, FBA 100% all day. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you have not already. You know, let us know what you think. What's your opinion on this, man? Juneteenth is ours, in my opinion, and that's what I stand on. You can come and vibe out, but you know, just like people wear green on St. Patrick's Day, you can wear our colors. You can join into what we do, not the other way around. That's my thoughts and opinion, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Until next time, man, this the Grassroots, man, and we out of here.